roguelikes have been a major staple in gaming. Most point to Hades or Dead Cells as a standard, and rightfully so. They stood out while taking clear inspiration from past games and upped the challenge, with Hades being inspired by Diablo and Dead Cells being inspired by Castlevania. But what if the already challenging run and gun style of Mega Man took a stab at the subgenre? That's exactly what we have with this cyberpunk epic, Elsie. Hi, I'm Talon Obscure from Nevermore Niche, and today we'll be covering Elsie on the Nintendo Switch. Developed by Night Shift and published by Platonic Interactive and H2 Interactive, the game is about an android named Elsie created by Dr. Gray. Her mission is to find the Guardians, who were meant to keep the world safe from natural disasters, but have since gone missing as a robotic uprising immediately follows. You start at the hub area Wharf and waste no time getting into the action. As you traverse through the level, you'll collect perks and upgrades, level up, and locate characters that will help you on your journey and move the story forward. The game is quite fast paced, but similar to most roguelikes, it'll test your patience and reflexes. It took me a while myself to get my bearings, but once I started getting better at dash attacks and parries, I started plowing through rooms. You start to notice enemy patterns and weaknesses, which feels great. Like any roguelike, the rooms are randomly generated, and when you die, you have to start all over, losing all perks, upgrades, or even new weapons. However, you get to keep certain collectibles, and get to interact with characters you've met. These characters become vendors, selling you items that will help you on your next run. The game has multiple currencies to keep track of. Jewels are collected and used during the levels for the holster vending machines, coins are used for permanent upgrades from Dr. Gray, and to construct in-level bonfires, along with hub vendors, which is where you'll spend the coins and meal cards. These expand the items that you can obtain during the game, such as spells, weapons, or perks. The more perks you get, the easier the run becomes if you get the right ones for your playstyle. With enough upgrades, you feel like a god, able to bring down some of the biggest enemies in seconds, especially with perks like fireflies and rockets that cover the screen and wipe out everything in your path. And with these upgrades, bosses can be pretty easy too, especially if you save up your special attacks, spells, and attack quick enough. Unless you get cocky like I did. Though I have enjoyed my time with the game, it does have its issues. The game crashed a couple times, the balance in certain areas like Circuit City is downright insane, and my biggest issue are the weapons. It's not that they aren't useful, it's that you can't pick them up in the hub world or in your inventory screen. I look at something like Hades, which has multiple weapons to choose from at the beginning of each run, catering to your own playstyle. Elsie does nothing like that. The only way to pick a new weapon aside from the standard sidearm is to buy it before the run, but once you lose it, you can't use it until it appears in the holster store, which is rare and often too expensive, so it's not even worth it. I feel like I don't even have enough time to get used to them. Now, the more you buy, the more chances you get to switch out weapons as they pop up, which is how I tried out the shotgun, and once you get used to it, you're able to one-shot most enemies. But my favorite weapon that I've tried so far is the fireball gun. This can either blast multiple small shots or two large ones that spread out. With the right upgrades, this weapon is super overpowered and fun to use. Just wish I had more chances to use it. But no, gotta get back to the sidearm and hopefully get lucky again. That being said, the game is a lot of fun, and if you feel intimidated by the challenge of roguelikes, this game actually has an invincibility mode, so you can use it to catch your bearings and start a good run, get through a tough boss, or if you want to play casually to experience the story, that's okay too. I myself am not the best at roguelikes, but I realized the game felt easier and more fun portably. I assume because it was easier to focus. Just the other day when I got to work early and had some time to kill before clocking in, and despite being extremely early in the game, I managed to pull off an amazing run. Plowing through the bosses with the sidearm, seeing several new locations, enemy types, and even getting so far as to hit a dead end, which sent me back to the hub area where I got to spend my coins, scraps, and keeping the upgrades for my next run. I think being able to pick it up and play casually relaxed me to the point I was able to just have fun, and now I'm addicted. Elsie is an absolute blast, and I can't wait to keep playing. The story sets up a cool mystery, and Elsie herself is so charming and likable with her one-liners. I highly recommend this game, whether you are a veteran to the genre or brand new. You can't go wrong with Elsie, flaws and all. I hope that Night Shift fixes some of these bugs, and I'm really excited to see what else they have in store. Now if you'll excuse me, it's time to go on my next run.
Alright, fine. If you want to be queen of the weeds so bad, then sit still and get plucked!